Has there been blacks supporting this foundation noble cause?
Well, it really is a liberating phenomenon for an African American to come back to Africa. It just, you see the world differently. Until you leave America and go someplace else, your only viewpoint is from an American perspective.
Yes.
And we never hear any good things about Africa.
Most especially Nigeria.
And you never hear any good things about us. You only hear about the crime, you hear about the problems we're having. The movies we make are all about, sin sells. So the movies you hear are, and you see about us, are movies about us in our weakness. And to see strong black people in Nigeria and from all over Africa, and strong black people from America coming together, people who have been a success in very difficult situations, is a very, very liberating experience.
Sir, in what way has the foundation helped in restoring pride and dignity to Africa, and most especially the black at large?
In a rather poor neighborhood, and there were Irish and Italians and Germans and few blacks all around me. And to stop fighting and avoid running, I had to become a negotiator. And I had to become an ambassador, I think, by the time I got to third grade.
You're already an ambassador.
To keep from fighting. And to learn how to help people to live and work together. And I did that with Martin Luther King. And I'm doing that now in many of the economic situations. American business is actually afraid of Africa. I mean, this fear. But they were afraid of our cities. They wouldn't come into Atlanta because they've said Atlanta had too much crime. Well, we taught them how to work in Atlanta. The first thing you did was hire some of the people in the community to be security.
Make them responsible.
Hire them as the guards. But that's not enough, because you had to hire some other people from the community to build the structures, to do the construction. And then when you got it built, you hired some of the women to manage it and to work there. And when everybody has a part of the project and everybody is getting a little something
back,
they protect it. But if you try to come in and let one group of people get too much, the people you leave out are going to be upset and they're going to disrupt it. So teaching people, that's what I learned in school, that if I had lunch money and all the other guys didn't, they would beat me up and take my lunch money. Until I said, look, how much do we have here? Let's everybody put what they have in a pile. And we get it all together, and then we go buy food in the grocery store, and we divide it up and have enough for everybody to eat. And that's what you have to do on a national and international scale. You have to say, look, everybody has to eat. Everybody has to have an education. Everybody has to have housing. And so let's put our ideas and our money together and work to make life better for everybody. And we were able to do that in Atlanta. And it was almost miraculous because people were giving up on Atlanta. But we turned it around, and now it's a thriving, growing city. And we did it all with private investment. And so one of the reasons Good Works is in Africa, and one of the reasons Leon Sullivan came to Africa, was to try to bring private money to solve African problems. And it's difficult because Africans quite often don't believe
in the American.
They believe in the government controlling everything. In order to get people to bring their money in, you have to let them have a little more freedom. They can bring their money. If they're doing well, they keep it. If they're not doing well, they can take it somewhere else. But you have to let capital move freely.
Sullivan Foundation and the Good Works International that you share, what will you say is the operational goal And can you relate it to your role as a promoter of black emancipation and economic empowerment?
Well, Dr. Sullivan was from the North.
Okay.
We were from the South. And he understood that in the North, the problems were not legal, they were economic.
Okay.
And so he launched a movement for opportunity in the industrial community, OIC.
Okay.
And as a part of that, he developed a number of economic programs that helped poor people become ready for employment, to help black people get jobs. He was on the board of a number of big corporations, namely General Motors,
Okay.
and which was then the largest corporation in America. And he got those big corporations to realize that they had to open their doors and create jobs for black people as well, and that black people had to grow with the overall economy. He also began to go to Africa.
Okay.
And it was about the time that I was ambassador to the United Nations. So our paths used to cross quite a bit.
Yes.
But he felt as though for America to succeed and for Africa to succeed, the African Americans would have to build a bridge. And a social bridge where we understood each other, a political bridge where we worked together, and an economic bridge where we grew our economies together. And he started these summits, bringing leaders of Africa together with leaders of America, and also bringing American business and government together. This will be the 7th summit, and they've all been very, very successful.
Great.
The last time we were here, we had 22 African presidents.
In one place.
In one place.
Wow.
President Bush came along also, and along with Secretary of State Colin Powell, and then National Security Advisor Condoleezza Rice. So it was a big celebration, and it was a wonderful experience.
Wow.
We also had a number of Nigerian businesses present. We had a number of African American businesses present. But we had also a number of multinational corporations. And it gave them a time to get to know each other.
Yes.
To begin to discuss.
To relate.
You know, people don't do business with countries. When you say, why don't we do business with Nigeria? Nobody does business with a country.
Yes.
They don't even do business with a company. They do business with
individual.
People. And when people get to know you and get to understand you and begin to trust you,
yes,
and you visit each other a few times,
trust,
then you have a business opportunity.
Correct.
And so the Sullivan Summit was an opportunity to bring people from Africa, the African American community, and the business, political, and economic community at large, to do some things for Africa.